Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a plan with me in my Hobonichi weeks for the week of April 15th through the 21st. And what you see here is all that I'm going to be using. Actually, I'm going to take this out of the planner out of my cover, but I probably will be using this. So basically I was thinking, since I'm kind of on a no spend right now, or not kind of, I am on a no spend, that I would go back to the basics. And by the basics, I mean pen and paper, and then obviously a few other things to kind of assist in my layout or my spread. So what I'm using here, this is a Muji pen. It is in the 0.38 tip, and it's just a black gel pen. I'm also using these two items from Hobonichi. This is the, maybe it's better if you see it on the blue. So this yellow is a stencil here. It's the longer, thinner stencil. I think it seems like it was originally designed more for the weeks, like it would fit within the thin pocket of the weeks. And then this is the Hobonichi dashboard, also from Hobonichi, designed for the weeks. There is a little bit of ink on it, but it's dry and it maybe has stained. I might be able to get it off if I try to clean it. I haven't tried. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the actual spread. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so one thing you might notice is that I don't know if it's cheating, but I did do a little tiny bit of pre-planning because I was trying to figure out how I wanted to lay this out. So there is a very light pencil marking to kind of denote where I wanted to draw lines. And like I said, this is because I was thinking about how I've been laying out my weeks in the previous weeks, and then I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep up with that. So what I was thinking is that I would divide this in half, kind of similar to how I've been doing in previous weeks. And I would have my important things for each day. I really, for health reasons and just stress, like de-stressing reasons, and just lots of reasons, I want to get back into exercising. So I wanted to dedicate a whole space for that. And then over here, I had ideas for social. Or did I want to change that? Hold on. Because I also wanted to track spending. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I know that I wanted to divide this in half, so we'll figure it out as we go along. So I'm using these there's little dots that are built into the Hobonichi weeks that if you connected the dots vertically, it would create 3 columns. And I think I've done that in previous weeks, kind of like this, where these 2 vertical lines were actually connecting all of those dots. I'm kind of going halfway in between, and I'm just going to draw a line all the way down. And I probably should have had a pencil board for that, but that's okay. All right, let's see. And then I think I am going to end up outlining all of it because I don't really have a whole lot else for this spread other than ink, or I don't have anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and outline everything. I'm going to focus on social media here. So I'm not going to erase anything just yet, because if I erase it, most likely I'll smudge the ink, just in case the ink's a little bit wet still. And this pencil, that's not really a pencil board, but this journaling card that I'm using, it's a journaling card that I received from Shop Jessica Hearts when I purchased one of her Erin Conjuring kits a while ago. I think it was it was a re-release of her original like fairy tale photo art. And I don't know, it's not my favorite journaling card. Like, it's pretty, but not completely my style. So it didn't bother me if there's like pencil, like if there's like indentions where the pencil or the pen kind of has been pushed into it. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and finish doing these lines, and then I will explain. All right, so here is what my general, like, overview. Here's what the spread is going to look like. So what I wanted to do was put work here, and I was thinking I would use, oh, I didn't put this in the kind of intro part, but I think I'm going to use this Kuretake Fudego Kochi pen. It's a fine tip pen. Let me see if I have it's a fine kind of tip nib that you can add a little bit more pressure to it if you want to like create different size lines. And so I have used that in the past in my weeks for like this part here for the to-do list, the progress and so on. So I think I'm going to use that and to write in the different categories. Okay, so I decided to do work, home, and miscellaneous. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it the way I originally had it, where this is gonna be social media, so YouTube comments, YouTube uploading and editing, filming, editing, all that stuff. Also Instagram, I really do wanna try and keep up with that. And then this column will be exercise, this column will be important. How do you spell exercise? Did I totally spell this wrong? Oh my God. Wow, yeah, what? I'm having this like worst like early morning exercise. Okay, yeah, definitely spelled it wrong. Okay, I swear I know how to spell exercise. I'm gonna go ahead and get whiteout for that in just a moment. The whiteout that I'm going to use is this Bic Whiteout Easy Correct tape. I like this a little bit better than the Tombow correction tape that a lot of people use, because I think it's not as white as the Tombow correction tape, which on the Hobonichi paper I think blends in just like slightly better. Like clearly you can still see the whiteout, but it's not as obvious. And down here at the very bottom, I'm going to put tracking. So let me go ahead and write that in really neatly. Oh my God, see, okay, wow, that is a huge blemish. Well, here is the life of being a left-hander using an ink that takes a little bit longer to dry. Okay, well, that is really gonna upset me. Not upset me, that's the wrong word. That's really gonna bother me. So I am gonna go ahead and use whiteout. However, while I'm at it, I'm actually gonna erase the little bit of pencil that I had, so that way I don't have to try and erase pencil, whiteout pencil that has whiteout on top of it. Anyway, okay. Man. Wow, okay, so this has quickly turned into a mess. Okay, well, here we are, real life. Okay, let me try to do a little bit of doctoring and let's see what we can do. All right, I'm not gonna touch any more of that. I'm gonna go back to the tracking later. That's a disaster. I have ink all over my hands now, but let's go ahead and move on. And I still have to fix the exercise. Okay, so my plans for this week, and I'm gonna use this pencil board to cover up that mess there so that way I don't get ink anywhere else. My plans for this week are work as per usual, so I will go ahead and write that in. One interesting thing is that Monday is, in Boston, Marathon Monday, and it's also Patriot Day, which is a holiday that I think is celebrated only in it's either only in Massachusetts or only in Boston, I don't remember, and one other city. But it's related to the American Revolution, I think, not more modern instances. So, public places, so the library's closed on Monday not in remembrance, but because of Patriot Day, and then I think most universities in Boston have the day off, but it's also they have the day off because it's Marathon Monday, and the marathon's huge. It starts outside of Boston, but it goes all the way through into Boston, and ends in front of, well, the station is Copley Station, but it's basically the Boston Public Library main location. All right, so I have, so that's really exciting. So that's gonna be Monday. So Monday is, I'm actually just gonna write Marathon Monday because that's kind of what I celebrate, sort of thing, rather than Patriot Day. Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday are normal. Friday, interestingly enough, is Good Friday, which means that the school that I work with, for whatever reason, I guess because they celebrate it, but the head office of our school decided that we would have Good Friday off. So we have no class on Friday, which means I have the day off, which is nice. And I am going with my husband to see, we are seeing The Curse of La Llorona. And so we're gonna go see that on Friday. I think we're seeing it at 3 p.m. All right, so we're gonna see La Llorona. And then I think I am meeting with friends sometime this weekend. I'm actually going to take, I have this little, these little sticky notes, which I got from Muji. They were out of stock for a while, but now they're back in stock. And I'm just gonna put it here because I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday, but I think we've scheduled to have games with friends. And so I just need to check later on once we confirm. We usually confirm Monday or Tuesday about the weekend, and then also the time and the location. All right, so, and if you hear any noise, that's just my dog. Actually, it's my husband. He's throwing the ball around with the dog, which is cool. because she really enjoys that. All right, so I'm gonna finish fixing exercise. Okay. And okay, so I've messed up the ink on social media. Wow. Okay, so this is a big hot mess. Okay, so note to everybody watching this video, this pen takes a long time to dry and a lot longer than I remember, and probably is the reason why I have ink all over this pencil board. Okay, so for exercise, I need to get back into a running schedule, but I wanted to do yoga as well. I think this is gonna be a day-by-day basis. I might try to fit in, God, just everything is smearing. I might try to fit in like yoga and stretching as well, but I'm not gonna write that in right now. I'm gonna write that in each day as I do it. I think though I am probably going to go for a run on Friday since I don't have work. And then I might also try to go for a run in the evening on Wednesday. And I'm feeling inspired by the Boston Marathon, so I'm gonna go in and run on Monday as well. All right, and then I'll try to do some stretching as well. For social media, I would like to not smear this ink. I'm gonna try and upload for YouTube this video. I'm also gonna try and get to comments. And then I will fill in as I go, although I'm also thinking I would like to try and do on Instagram, I think I'd like to try and do a photo, and then maybe again on Wednesday or Thursday, try to do an Instagram photo. Because I've been really not active, really inactive on Instagram, and I'd like to get back into that. Okay, so here is what I have so far. For work and home and miscellaneous, I'm basically just going to be using this little square at the very top to mark little squares, and I will use that. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna do this tracking, but I'm gonna wait until this dries. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. I will let you know, I will come back and let you know how long I let it dry, and then so that it didn't smear, and I'm gonna wash my hands and we will finish this up. Y'all, I am such blah. Okay, so things that I have learned from this spread, and I am going to continue and go ahead and upload it, even though it kind of looks really like a disaster right now, so that way you can learn from me. Even though I've been working in Hobonichi and with the Tomoe River paper for a while, and I have successfully used this pen without it smearing. Let me show you. Where is it? Clearly I haven't used it in several weeks. So I used it here when I did job search trackers to do top 3, and it didn't smear. So, and I used it here and I smeared a little bit, but I didn't smear anywhere else. So I don't know what the deal is with this one. I also didn't wash my hands because I was too busy. I got distracted. But even though this was the very first thing I wrote, like when I turned the camera off, I went to go and try to erase some of the pencil lines because I had drawn a vertical line. I had written very lightly the words out. And home and miscellaneous, I was able to successfully erase without smearing, but important I didn't erase. And then when I got to work, like it just smeared everywhere. Like it looked like that when I had done made the huge smear with tracking. So I I forgot to turn the camera back on, but I went ahead and whited it out because that was just like a moment of panic and I don't know what to do. So here is what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna touch this very much more, but I need to make this look a little bit prettier. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna be really kind of sad the whole week. So I'm gonna add in this washi. This is from Wonton A Million. It is a planner sticker shop that focuses on little character icon stickers that use this really cute, that use like dim sum as and has turned them into like character icons. So I got one of the washi, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. I know this was originally going to be a planner, a pen only spread, but I mean, y'all look what happened. Like it looks so bad. So we're gonna have to use this. Okay, I have had people ask me, and in case I forget to put it in the description bar below, because I think I sometimes forget this. This is the slice tool, there it is. You can find it on Amazon, the green version. And like I said, I think there is a gray version floating around somewhere, not on Amazon. I think it's like Hobby Lobby or something. All right. I'm gonna put, so this washi is, it is the boba tea version. And so this thinner washi here is it's almost like a milk tea with the tapioca pearls at the very bottom. So it's really cute. And even though it's like a very specific theme, it's also very, simple, and so I really like that. And then the other washi, the thicker washi, is this very, very cute, like silver foiled with little like steam buns on it. So that is what I'm using to hopefully kind of create a little bit more, less of a disaster. So I would like to know from you all what your plans are for this week. Like I said, we have Marathon Monday, which for my school is not a day off, but we are going to be taking the students, if they're interested, to go see the marathon. It's always really fun to see the marathon go through. We never actually go to the finish line because that's always like super crowded, but we do like to go. There's a place that's close to the finish line, kind of near where we work, where we get to see right before they turn onto the final road where the finish line is. So we usually go there and see them, see the runners. And it's kind of just like one big celebration day. Yesterday I went to the Boston Marathon Expo, which is like a big racing expo. And if you're running in the Boston Marathon, that's where you pick up your like race bag and everything. And it was really, really crowded. Also, yesterday in Boston was the first day it got up to like 70 degrees. So it was almost a little bit too warm too quickly for a lot of us in Boston. But the weather was just overall really nice. It was like high 60s. I think, like I said, like the high was 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and just really, it was a really lovely day. It was a little bit humid in the morning, but then perfect in the afternoon and the evening. So I think on Monday though, with the marathon, it's supposed to be raining, which I'm a little bit nervous about, just as someone who might be watching the marathon. Like, no one wants to see it when it's raining. Although sometimes maybe that's when you need the most support, right? As a runner, is when the weather's so terrible. All right, I have no idea if that made it any better or just kind of made it look the same. Okay, but it makes me feel a little bit better. All right, I am going to put this pen away, and because apparently today it and me are not going well. We're not mixing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Guys, it's Sunday. It's 9 a.m. I shouldn't be like having issues like this, but I am. So all right, tracking, journaling, meditation, 15 minutes of tidying. What else? Vitamins and reading. I have yoga stretching from last week, but I think I'm gonna put that in over here underneath exercise. Let me finish trying to write out the word tracking. And up here, I'm gonna write the word work. And I'm gonna use the Muji gel pen instead of this other pen that's been causing me a lot of frustration. Which is a little bit sad because I really liked how the word looked when I originally wrote it. There must have just been a lot of ink sitting on it. Okay, so that's not perfect, but it'll do, it'll do. Okay, all right, everybody, here it is. What have I learned? I've learned that one, if I'm going to use a pen that has a lot more juice in it, I need to give ample amount of time to let it dry before I do anything, and I also just need to be hyper aware of what my hand is doing. For example, as a lefty, I can't write the word tracking here and then promptly move my hand over and write something else further along the right. And usually I'm pretty good about that. I think it's because I've never written the word tracking there before, and then things just got all out of control. So again, kuretake furu no furego kochi. This one here, I forgot where I got this, but I like it. I've been able to successfully use it in the Tomoe River paper. It doesn't bleed. It does shadow like most other pens. It doesn't bleed though, but it also takes a lot longer to dry than say this Muji 3.38 gel pen. So that's one thing that I learned too. You just have to move on when you make mistakes and smears, and I have a lot of them today, but I'm gonna go ahead and move on. That's what happens when you have a mostly ink spread and you haven't used just ink in a while. So here it is. And then just kind of one final look at the washi, super cute. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know, what are your plans for this week? Like I said, I'm going to go see the marathon and then watch the Curse of La Llorona on Friday because I have a day off. I'm also hoping to get a lot of things done work-wise and home-wise, and then the miscellaneous, who knows, I'll fill in with maybe hobbies or something else related to that, or I might just turn it into spending, who knows. So if you have any questions, check the description box. If I have not included it, I will answer your questions. Just leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please have I hope you have a wonderful week and a great rest of the day. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.